Thanks. I'm Dr. Stephanie J. Wong, Color Success Podcast psychologist. Thank you. I heard this is where the party's at.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
Hi,
you're
Doctor.
right. Hi,
Oh,
doctor. Nice to meet you.
well, let's get into it. I mean, how did you guys approach your characters and the interactions between you both? I heard that on screen you guys had a blast.
look, we've been giving different answers to this question because I thought we were really good friends and we knew each other before we started filming.
But
We are. Um,
Apparently not at
Character
some point.
approaches. I was really drawn to David because there's a lot of duality to his character. On the surface, he's charming, he's sweet, he's likable, but deep down, he's carrying a deep weight and burden and shame and guilt. And so it was, I had to live in that space for a while as I was preparing for this character. And what how that helped me to connect with Chris's character and Andrew is that his character, I think, knows a lot of what my character is going through. I think in the entire show, even though I don't share those secrets with anybody, including his, I think he's the one that suspects the most and still cares and still wants to help. And so that lens at which I explored David's joy and his hope and his pain was something that really informed the interactions that we had on screen. As much fun as we had, I think it was built on a real friendship between these two characters and a real friendship between me and Chris as real
Yeah,
people.
there's some good mirroring going on between the characters and what we like. Justin is in real life quite dad-like. Like he likes to he looks likes to look after us and remind us to go to sleep early so we have enough
Oh, did
rest.
I too?
You need to hydrate properly. Yeah, you're always like very concerned and bigger brother type to all the cast members, which was lovely. And then I'm quite disorganized, and I'm a little bit of a mess sometimes. And I think that kind of relationship and that carried over to our characters quite neatly,
Mm.
because David is very straight and he is very by the book. And then Andrew, my character, is a bit of a mess and kind of all over the place. But Andrew was just a ton of fun to play because he's like very prickly on the outside, right?
Like a cactus.
He's very alpha and he's very like, I know what I want to project. But of course, with everyone that's projecting, that's not what's going on the inside.
Mm.
And he just wants, he's a softie. He just wants to be loved and he just like wants to fit in and be a part of this rich world that maybe he doesn't feel like he deserves to be. But he was fun to play because he's a bit of a dick. And I love that.
there you go, bottom line.
What I aspire to be because I think things, and I'm not allowed to say them. And Andrew is. Yeah,
Well,
so we had a lot of fun doing that on set.
yeah, I mean, you provided much needed comic relief in certain moments, but there was definitely like this layer. It's hard to turn off the psychologist lens of like, wow, this is a mask that there's a lot of underlying issues to kind of explore here. I mean, how did you kind of tap into some of those internalized feelings that were going on underneath that mask?
Well, I think it was quite, I mean, we all feel that. I think this is one of the beautiful things about how this series is written is that everyone's dealing with different things, and they're all very real, right? The fact that we have these masks and these facades that we put on and they hide things is stuff that we're really dealing with. And each character is going through something different. For Andrew, it's that insecurity of feeling like an outsider, having to prove himself. Um, and that's something that I've dealt with my whole life. I grew up in Australia. And the thing is, I don't look Australian. I don't look like the guy that surfs on the beach, right? I say I'm Australian, but I look Asian. And that's always been a very difficult thing for me to deal with and find my identity. And actually I turned to Hong Kong cinema, and that's why this project was so special to me because I could go back and film something in Hong Kong. Such a beautiful place. but that outsider's journey and trying to fit in, I have very intimate a relationship with that feeling, and so I was able to bring that to Andrew and pepper that in his quiet moments, and that really is the beauty of the character is he's so large and he's so boisterous on the outside, and then you get to see he just wants to be loved.
Don't
Like
we
that.
all?
Yeah. I mean, just at the end, I'm gonna really need your best dad joke, considering, Chris just mentioned you're the father of, the group, but you're used to kind of playing roles with high flying ass kicking. And so I thought this was a really nice contrast. And like, how did you kind of transition your mindset from doing a lot of martial arts to having this complexity? Not your characters in other shows were definitely complex, but this complexity where you're tapping more into the emotional piece.
I think I was still doing a lot of fighting. It was just all up in here and all in
Mm.
here.
Mm.
David is struggling on the surface. He does also try to project a sense of calm and composure and that he's got it all together. But deep down, I think from a young age, as I was developing this character, I think it was always part of his psyche that he never felt good enough. He was never going to live up to his father's legacy, to fill the shoes that his father left for him in the law firm that he created. And ultimately, that's what leads to some of his biggest struggles, which I can't spoil yet, obviously. But I definitely looked at David through this a psychological and emotional lens. I mean, I think deep down he's struggling with an emotional brokenness, at times depression and anxiety. And I I researched, but I also re-explored some of my own personal experiences, either the times that I've felt it myself or experienced similar situations in other people and how I've tried to be there for them or when they've been there for me in those moments. And so I hope that when people watch this story and the scenes with David and with Andrew, I hope that they can find some solace in that no matter what someone's going through, with a support system and with mindfulness and intention, it does get better, and that hopefully there is another day. And I hope people come away with it, even though David goes through quite a tumultuous journey. I hope they come away with it with a feeling of hope and warmth.
And how would you both describe the season for people that are excited to watch the show, and what are you hoping that they take away from the show?
Ooh, okay. I might get in trouble for this because this goes against what we're supposed to say, but I think
Yeah,
that our show can be best described. I mean, I would compare it to a modern day Bridgerton, but set in Hong Kong.
on a super yacht. I like that one.
I'm I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
No, no, that one. We pegged.
But I think it's because it's fun and
Yeah.
you can just have it on and you just enjoy this story and it's not like it asks too much of you. You don't have to sit there and think and be present. You just enjoy the show. Like it will present you with the opportunity to take in Hong Kong,
Hmm.
experience new sides of places that you haven't been to, and then it can challenge you with the characters, but at the end of the day, it's a good time.
Justin, what about you?
Yeah, in terms of what I hope people take away from it, I hope people enjoy the show. I hope people are invested in the relationships and impressed, and hopefully the curiosity is piqued about this side of a world that isn't really shown that often. I hope that people come away with it feeling some type of way. I hope people come away with a sense that they can examine some of the things that are going on in their own lives and their own relationships. And ultimately, I hope people feel something, no matter what that is, because I think that's what we were all going through when we were filming together. We developed a real love as a cast. I know every show says that, but this one really was special, and I was quite sad to leave. And so I hope people feel
Oh,
some of
so
the
now we
emotions.
have love. We have love now, huh?
And so now, so I really do hope people feel the real emotions behind a lot of those characters because we put a lot of love into the show, every single one of us. And yeah, I hope people enjoy that.
I'm
They
going
will.
to Hong Kong in a few weeks with my family for the first time. And so, what are your favorite local eats or places that you think that we should check out?
You gotta check out Fat J's for the Tasu. There's an
Mm.
option with extra fat. I think that's the right choice.
What was that place that we all went to? Like we actually got to hang out so much as a
We
cast, which
did.
was
It
lovely.
was dope.
We went to that place, the last kerosene wok in Hong Kong.
Oh,
Is that? There you go.
Oi Man Sang. It's in Mongkok. It's the last kerosene-fired wok restaurant in Hong Kong.
And the guy that cooks your meal, he's the uncle that's been there doing
Yeah.
cooking meals
I
exactly the
think I
same
saw
way
that
for
online.
like a
I'm
celebrity.
glad we went there. It's a
Yeah.
little overpriced, but the food is really,
No, it's
really
the
good.
best. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Some of the Spanish food's really good too. Pizuntos in Wan Chai. Wan Chai's a great spot. So, as you can tell, we really ate our way through that city.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That's pretty much everything on our map is like food to food to food. So, I mean, it's gonna be really hot, and so we're not gonna gain any weight because we're walking around and the humidity is gonna be insane.
Coffee scene in Hong Kong is great too. I gotta shout out Kaori Coffee in Wan Chai, that's new, and Islet Coffee Project in Central. Those places are really good. I frequented a lot of coffee shops when I was there.
Yeah, brand ambassadorship, guys. You heard it here first. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It was great. Thanks so much.
Thank
Thanks, Dr.
you. Thanks,
Stephanie.
Doctor.
Bye.